Hello there. Welcome to my second match of season 51, this time against cider01, player from Japan. This season, A division has, well, I guess last season as well, maybe? I don't remember. Kazumaru either wasn't there or promoted. Cider won the last season. But anyway, there are two players from Japan in an A League right now. And actually, Sammy is based somewhere in Asia as well, or Asian time zone. So, fully half of the division is on the other side of the globe from the U.S. and Europe. Not that they're on the same exact side of the globe, but a little closer. The board is not doing much, is it? The open money lender. You can open a million things here. There's nothing to do. I'm a little inclined to just open Overlord. None of it is particularly good. I think, yeah, I don't know. It's just a mess board. There's nothing. There's nothing much to say about it. So I can either fool now or I can remodel now. I guess I could like Chameleon Jester. Or Chameleon Moneylender, I suppose. I don't know, like Moneylender, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, whatever. If they don't collide, it'd be okay shuffles. Does this work? Alright, you can't actually. Well, you can, it just. you have to choose to do it on like this. That was okay. I don't really know if Oasis is better than Silver. Maybe a little bit. There may be something to a Jester, though. Man could demand something as well. So the options here are like Fool or Jester. The Fool has some not so great. Possibilities. Oh, okay, it takes the gesture off the table. I mean, there are other options here still. But, okay, these are all fine. Ooh, fives. The question is whether we want like a noble brigand or like a remodel. If we just want a gesture, I guess. Or just a couple silvers, or like a money lender isn't unreasonable. So there's a mix of things here that are totally reasonable. I don't know that the noble brand will do a whole lot, but it's kind of fun. Why does that not? Oh. I wonder if they'll let me undo. It's kind of a stupid undo, but I'm kind of a stupid person, so you know, I'll take a remodel. I guess I could do another. I could do the noble brigand here. Well, I flipped money lender. I don't know if that was all that good, but what? Money lender state. I mean, it's probably pretty good. You have a province, which is, of course, pretty good. This is not the best Lost in the Woods board or Lost in the Woods hand of all time. To be perfectly honest. Um, Probably want to demand. I mean, at some point, you just like take duchies. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know when you do that exactly, but um, two, three. Yeah, this is was always the risk, I guess, of putting in this many terminals, but I didn't. I could have discarded the Noble Brigand, of course. Let's do a gesture here. They didn't play. 1, 2, 3, 4. First is nice. Then I have gold down in here. I don't know for sure what the last card is. It might be a silver. And if it's a silver, we need to not. The silver we need to not Lost in the Woods. Unfortunately, we need to figure out if this is a silver or not. There are 2 there. And 1 here. So I don't know if we have a 4th one or had a 4th one before the shuffle. We had also was Oasis doesn't really combo. We played 1 lucky coin, 2 lucky coin, 3 lucky coin. We only have the 3 silver, so this is all the silver. So it's got to be like a copper or something. So there's potentially some incentive to discard here. Like if we get the, I mean, just whatever we get is potentially nice. Or was I missing? Right, this was 7, so it's I guess I take duchies. I don't know how consistently their deck's going to hit 8. They're probably at least a little bit incentivized to mill provinces. I'm not sure if that'll be enough to help them out here, but this is a little unfortunate. Not that there were so many super great outs. It's just, sad to see this many silvers, but not have an 8. I probably hit. Here, I'll probably remodel the brigand into a duchy and then take a double guardian or take a guardian. And they don't even have okay. Turns out it can actually just be double guardian. So 3. I can't quite. I can't quite like Duchy province. But I could province demand. Something else similar. I could have left 2 on top and I could have attacked. Yeah. Maybe I should have gesture. I don't. Well, the last card has got to be something not especially good. I could put a silver on top. Maybe that's the best thing to do. I am sort of loving the Overlord. And of course, my deck is. I mean, both decks are good at getting touchies, but my deck's probably a little better. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. Well, let's not do anything. This is nice. This is actually about as nice of a hand as I can hope for here. This is a good C. Oh, dude. So we can just gesture here. Doesn't attack them, but that's fine. Now they absolutely have to get both of the provinces, and pretty quickly. I do wish I had my remodel in hand. That would be nice. This is not so terrible. This basically just buys me time to find the remodel. I could demand. I'm trying to think if it's easier for me to just get all the I mean, I could demand a remodel. Maybe enough here. I don't know how many of the provinces I've seen. Not a lot. Maybe it is just demand remodel. I mean, if they go like that doesn't beat remodeled duchy probably. I'm not sure. This could be wrong. can mill a duchy, which is pretty good. Well, I can't. I can't exactly mill the duchy, can I? It would require getting something else. My gold is bottom decked. My gold could still be completely bottom decked. This should be okay, though. I don't think they're doing better than... Okay, it couldn't have been completely bottom decked. And I think they could do better than province. Whatever, and I don't know, I'm clicking this much, it's not... Alright, I do like the Overlord, but I don't know if that was the story there or what. I think the Fool made it quite a bit nicer than just Moneylender. I don't know, Fool... I maybe shouldn't have taken the Oases over Silvers. The Fool Oasis stuff, or the Lost in the Woods Oasis stuff wasn't super inspiring, just because there was sometimes not a real clear... It wasn't clear how much discarding would have helped you. Anyway, we do have a battlefield with Duke, but I don't know if that's enough to overcome the other stuff you can do here. It scores a lot of points. There's also not like a super great way to do it quickly. I mean, Butcher's really good, but maybe you just take Overlord. There's obviously like some nice draw stuff you can do with Acting Troop and Royal Blacksmith. You do have to get rid of the silver or the coppers though. You can build pretty big here. I don't think you have to do Overlord, but the Butcher seems gonna... I mean, Estate to Ducat seems really good. I guess you can... And Estate to Vagrant also pretty good. So, we pay off debt. Do we buy... I don't think we buy another Overlord, because we can just buy a Butcher on this next hand. Or a Captain, I suppose. A Captain is like at least a super caravan kind of thing. I think another Overlord here is totally reasonable. It's just maybe not your dream. So is either go for the Captain now or wait a little bit. The Captain is a little bit of draw, and it's nice to get it in the shuffle. The Butcher... I mean, the collision is fine. You just play Overlord as Artificer. Vagrant. This is the same as a coffer, which means we can maybe pop the estates up to something a little more exciting, potentially. Captain is very good, though at this point it's basically just a caravan. Let's do butcher. This is somewhat of a interesting choice. You can go double ducat. I wouldn't be going so hard for the ducats, accepting that Royal Blacksmith is the only draw. So that makes them look a little bit better. It may still be too much. We didn't hit the overlord bottom decks, but otherwise our shuffles have been very good, so no complaints. Do we go for another overlord? I don't think that's critical. And this could just be a butcher. Or it could be an artificer. I mean, the artificer would let us get another captain. Still feel pretty good about the deck. Because we could acting troop if we don't want to cause the... We don't want to cause the... cause the butcher to miss. In which case we didn't have to buy blacksmith right then. But it also probably didn't matter. There are going to be some limits on this ducat stuff. Right? I mean, at some point it's just better to take something good. But how many of these do we have? I mean, it's better to just trash the copper directly into vagrants. Rather than just swapping them. But it's probably still okay. I'm not totally sure of that, but if you draw coppers here, then this would be pretty sad blacksmith. I don't know how many ducats did I end up with. We can just draw everything here. And whatever we don't keep, we don't keep. That was a reasonable time to like just kill some of these coppers, right? We can kill. So the blacksmith was like a 2+2. We're definitely gonna play these, even though this, I mean, this is not really a bad shuffle necessarily. They don't have any captains. Yeah, I'm just winning. We will need we will need look at that. They have a lot of, I would love for them to like gain duchy now. I think that would be super good for me. I didn't even see that they'd taken an estate at some point. I don't think that actually makes any sense at all. I don't think that, I mean, you're gonna get blown up by a real deck here rather than going for battlefield points. You're just gonna get absolutely chopped up. IMO. Yeah, there's literally no shot. I can still just take, I can have a deck and I can take the rest of the battlefield points this turn. And they just don't have a deck still. It doesn't do anything at all. I think it in fact is just completely terrible. There's no 3 pile. The only thing that you can do is mill provinces. I don't know. It seems super terrible. We probably will get another royal blacksmith this turn. We may need to play as acting troop. I mean, we could go straight to province. I mean, that may be our best path to winning, but it probably works fine. I actually shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that, but we didn't even ever have to pay off the debt. We don't feel like it. We could gain a vagrant, I guess. This, of course, is not great, but probably better to play as vagrant and see if we pull off. Yeah. Is this a win? It's got to be pretty close. Mill. Then we would need more. No, we need more. So we probably can't. I mean, they bought province without having to play overlord or butcher, so that's pretty good for them. But we do know that we have royal blacksmith in deck, so that's something as well to consider. Just plain acting troop here. Let me count. So we would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, 13. Yeah, it doesn't quite work. It's like a couple short. I don't know what they have in hand. Is it better to know we're going to have the royal? I guess the other option is to... I don't think we can take any, is the thing. They don't have like butcher targets that they can mill, but they don't really have any expensive cards that they can true province gain with the butchers. They don't have that many coffers right now. So their threat in that direction is pretty poor. Whereas I have the captains and now I have the duchies, which also are possibly a little bit of point scoring while moving up. So we'll see. Like, it's hard for them to lower provinces at this point. Like, this is just super losing. Which is fine. I mean, they were in just a losing spot, so. I don't know. Maybe my shuffles were just really good. Though for sure, I think the battlefield stuff by them has absolutely no shot. But maybe they had no shot, period, at that point anyway. This is a little annoying. I don't know quite how you build here. Expedition becomes pretty bad against urgent. I almost wonder if you do urgent and get the peasant later. Though that, of course, is not great. But not crazy. I don't. Beyond that, I mean, the buys are kind of. I don't think potion is probably very good. Potion might be okay, actually. At some point. There's certainly like soldier stuff you can do here. I don't know if it's good, but. I mean, it's probably okay-ish. It's just like. Draw is definitely. Draw is definitely a little awkward here. I mean, I don't know if they're just going inventor or peasant. I don't even know that I like the inventor all that much. I might end up going peasant expedition. Well, this is kind of interesting. Does it work? If I had the that's funny. I'm not drawing the peasant, of course, this really sucks, but like imagine if we had the peasant. The mint, there's no way the mint works, right? You just, if I had an inventor, but then you could do it, but there's no way. Does it make sense to canal? Maybe. This is not, these are not the draws you want, especially. But it's okay. Snowy's not. I mean, Snowy's fine. It's not super exciting, but it's fine. Okay, so we will have a possible mid hand next turn. So does that change our buy here at all? We're gonna get urchined, unfortunately. So we're not actually going to have a mint turn. We really, if they had played the urchin here, we would be in actually pretty good shape again. Or we'd just be in pretty good shape, like, period. But that's not the case. So we're a bit behind here. I don't think the canal buy was all that great, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have taken like a soothsayer, but I think that's probably pretty bad. They're getting to gain something and mercenary into it already. That's actually pretty wild. That's probably just I lose. I don't really see a world where it's not just I lose. They might get a potion. I don't think that would be crazy. And I'm probably not getting collision here. So I guess the nice thing is they don't have. Well, they'll probably take a mint, yeah. Yeah, this is looking probably pretty over. I guess I could mint. Trying to think if I just take a snow here. There's also something to be said for just having a lot of the urchins for when you get teacher, but I'm just gonna be so much slower here. The expedition didn't do me many favors. Apparently I could have expeditioned there though, which I didn't really think was likely. Oh, I forgot about having another attack, so my urchin collision was actually quite likely. Well, more than quite likely. At some point it was just guaranteed. You're gonna hit me. I mean, we might as well see. Well, we're just gonna do it like this, right? There's not really much of a choice here. This will probably be a peasant, though it could be another urchin. We just hope we don't draw the fugitive. It's the big thing. No control over it. This is bad, but I guess not worst case. Not friendly case, but it's livable. Not finding fugitive bomb decking, probably not livable. I think them getting the teacher in this shuffle is likely disastrous. I can mint here and probably should. I don't know that my inventor was ever likely to do a lot for me. This is sad. I mean, I guess they have I had to discard an urchin, so they knew I didn't have that stuff unless and then they know I have fugitive on top at this point, so they know it's not actually, I guess it was never possible for me to get around to it anyway. I don't know, long story short is I'm completely lost here. But I'll play a little bit longer. It shouldn't take them long to clean me up. I mean, I did an expedition here, so it's like hopeless. They'll get teacher down, they'll trash again. They'll have plus card cherry races. They'll be able to gain 2-3 cherry races just right now. So they're gonna have 5 cherry race lab things. Maybe they can even get 4. I don't know if they'll have the actions for it, but I don't like the inventor there a whole lot. I guess you have the actions for it. I guess it's fine. This discard is not even very clear to me. It could just be wrong. I would have, I guess if you're doing gain and play there, well, I think I would have gotten a trait race because you'd really rather play the peasant this turn anyway. I guess if you play the peasant, it's not enough to triple chariot race. Well, I don't know. You might have another dollar in hand, a copper. I mean, you likely do, right? Maybe not. What do you got? Peasant, inventor. Peasant, inventor, teacher, and one other card. Which maybe is a copper. Yeah, I wouldn't have gained inventor. I would have just gained another cherry race, but no. I kind of hate that, but you can just do it later, in my opinion. Like, what are you gonna do? Immediately put plus action on the event? I mean, you can, but I don't know. I mean, it'll work. I'm complaining about it, but it will, of course, 100% work. So it's not an especially meaningful complaint. It's just against the discard attacks, plus cards is way better. So you might as well get, maybe you don't need that many, but I just think against the I think that against the I think I would have just rather had 3 more labs in my deck than 3 or 4 more. It could have been 4, I think. 4 more labs in my deck instead of also playing a peasant would have been nice. Anyway, I don't agree with the choices, but it will certainly be fine for them. I would have just taken more draw. This is kind of okay. Not like really, but I guess I can just make sure he doesn't get all of these. Guess everything costs. Oh, they just have an inventor. I guess I was not really helpful to play, but maybe I could have gotten a. Maybe I should have gained an inventor. So this is a bit odd. I don't know how easy it is for them to attack me. Probably not too hard. They still had 2 coppers, right? I mean, I don't know that they're deck drawing, so there's something to be said for maybe taking expedition, though it's perhaps a bit of a stretch. I don't know what my outs are. I don't know that outs exist for me necessarily. But I'm willing to kind of play as if they do. Yeah, they trash. I'm in a bit of a bind here. It's okay. They at least won't score this time. Or score off chariot races. Oh, they did. They had the teacher at the bottom. Yeah, so like next turn they can put plus actions on inventors, and then that's just gonna be it. I mean, they could draw a handful of inventors. That's not impossible. They're like some nightmarish style draws where I can play for a dud. I don't know that I have enough power to like really play for it, but I'll try. Like, I'm not sure I'll have the gains regardless. But we'll see what they do. It's very unlikely. It basically requires like a full on dud from them, which is pretty hard with the number of chariot races I have. But it's gonna be the thing I have to play for. It's basically gonna involve me lowering the peasants quite a bit. They can also expedition just to expand their hand search for chariot races. Even though they can feel like getting attacked is fairly likely, they can still do it just as a way to make the dud less likely. Well, that didn't pan out, but I don't think I even have anything that costs more than inventor besides a teacher. Right. So playing this isn't. Well, I guess I get to do playing. I mean, it was still advantageous to me. It doesn't really matter, right? If they draw, me gaining 1 inventor isn't changing the story ever. So presumably they're just gonna pile out, but I don't know that I have the gains either, even to do the peasant emptying. I guess I could put plus buy on something. And then maybe I would, but no, I mean, I guess in that case it doesn't. Lowering them doesn't matter a whole lot. I guess I just buy nothing and hope that they have a super, super, super bad hand, I guess. Well, this hand's not any good. It looks like they've drawn enough. I think they'll be able to get there. I think they'll make it. Yeah, those between the two openings, I'm not sure. I think I still like mine better. Doesn't work if you draw 7 coppers though. I mean, I guess you can try it. You can. What is the path then? You'd soldier, you'd have to play peasant, then you'd buy when you played soldier, you'd buy another peasant. But still, no, you just don't get anything. I think if you draw like a 5 or 6 copper hand, it's playable. Even the 6 is maybe not clear that there's like a really good way to get there, but this is either Peasant Bounty Hunter or Peasant Remake. Obviously, the remake works pretty nicely here, actually, because of the wells. They're just collision possibilities. I mean, the wells are good for both pool and just for the peasant stuff. And potentially remake can gain, like, I mean, that's about it, but. So peasant doesn't feel. Yeah, this is, of course, what you're running up against. So they basically take a little bit of a tempo on the peasant stuff. A little bit of a hit there in order to have the trashing go a little more cleanly. I may just buy well here. It's either that or a fisherman. The money doesn't matter a whole lot. So it probably ought to be well. I'm not sure the money ever matters. I mean, once you're basically on a. This is a peasant or a disciple board for sure. Like, it's not close. The teachers just doesn't matter. I don't think. So you basically just have to be able to afford like 1 copy of your key stuff. So you need to be able to buy a groundskeeper at some point. possibly a fisherman at some point. But other than that, the cycling is a little more important. It could be a peasant, but I think I can wait. Maybe it is a peasant. I'm gonna end up drawing it with the one card here. Their deck is obviously a lot cleaner than mine. I guess they bottom decked Bounty Hunter, so that helps a little bit. But probably not enough. I mean, we might as well try and pull coppers out. Potion would have been beautiful if I had just randomly named a potion. I think it's okay to get another peasant here. This is a bit unfortunate. The fugitive hides. I mean, getting fugitive, like, let's say we have fugitive and then we still buy the pool, and like, this actually super sucks, but that's just the way it goes. Because the difference between having a disciple in the shuffle with the pool and with the 3 terminals is huge. I mean, there was a chance to move. I mean, there's a chance to do everything, right? To bounty hunter, peasant, and buy pool and play fugitive. But anyway, so that was a bit rough, but we're still probably okay. We don't have a soldier even, so it's not it's not all that bad. There's a world though where it goes really well and it's not even close to them. I don't know what to discard here. I mean, I guess it's got to be the estate. Oh wait, they don't even have a soldier. Okay. How good the pool goes here is also kind of important. At least a little bit. They like absolutely have to play the peasant this turn. This is nice they didn't. This isn't super good. I would go, yeah, fisherman well is fine. This is pretty easy. Well, more than pretty easy, right? You know, it's just automatic. I guess we could ritual the estate in hopes of trashing the thing, but it's probably worse than buying a well. In theory, I should be able to get a couple. I'm not totally sure about the trigger here. The attack here will be a little annoying. I'll probably do Bounty Hunter discard. I think I'd probably trigger. Oh, they didn't find the soldier. Never mind. I'm just totally fine here. it froze on me. I don't know what my last card is. I trashed one estate. And I exiled one estate, or one copper. Big copper. Should be another copper, I think. Okay. Should we go for the upside of potentially finding Disciple? Or what? I mean, what are the wishes? Like, it's still probably still the best thing is to try to pull out copper. There's 2 coppers in there. Now the Disciple pullout starts to look a little bit less exciting, but we could remake the Bounty Hunter. Is there another well in there? Oh, Soldier. Okay. So the options are like, we can just do this. Buy pool. Keep the Disciple. Yeah, okay, this is a bit of a problem. Admittedly. The next hand should be okay, but this is a little bit of a problem. I guess we could get the groundskeeper. And we'll just remake the bounty hunters into the groundskeeper. Yeah, so this wasn't the best shuffle ever. I may have misplayed the other turn a little bit. I could be convinced of that pretty easily. But they still don't have a fugitive. I'll hit second Disciple, I guess a shuffle after they hit first Disciple, probably. Or the half turn, not shuffle. There's not like fortunately, besides Disciple, there's not really a bunch of other payload. Besides the peasant stuff, I should say. They probably should just buy a groundskeeper now. And just try to fight by buying them a little bit. Now, if this turn is really bad, which I don't think it can be, there's like so many wells. I mean, it can be not great, but I don't think it can be bad, super bad. They don't have a second peasant either. Oh. I still feel good. Maybe the draws can go bad enough. Maybe there are enough coppers. Maybe there's pile out stuff that can get me. Okay. This should work out good. Terminals will be remake and peasant. Guess I'm assuming I draw a deck, but I think I will. We'll go remake like copper and then one thing into groundskeeper. Assume they have to play peasant. I don't know, they're not gonna have a lot of money, but they can probably bounty hunter or something. I could lose the potion, possibly. I mean, I will eventually. I guess whether I lose it this turn is the question, more so. I don't even know if there are more coppers, but I guess the Wishing Well wish has to be for copper, because if it's well, who cares? The pool will draw it anyway. Are they gonna go like? Are they gonna go peasant pool or Wishing Well pool or like peasant pool? Okay, peasant pool. I think that probably makes sense. Okay. I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any real payload stuff I can do this turn. We can try to top deck pool. $4 would be kind of nice, I guess. I mean, that's a thing we could try to. I guess that's a question whether we want to kill the. I mean, because Grind Pool Peasant would be okay. I mean, if we kill both the bounty hunters, I don't know. That may not be right. It does just leave us with a. I guess we could kill the pool or the potion. Do we think we ought to buy pool now, or do we think we ought to buy peasant? I guess it's not real. I guess you'd rather disciple peasant. maybe. Well, now we just want to draw the groundskeepers up because I think they are not great as starting cards. They should leave the remake. I don't know. I may play the groundskeeper in one of the wells to see if we find the copper. Otherwise, there is at least a little bit of a risk of. You would rather disciple if you can. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that matters. Yeah. I think it matters a little bit. There is some. Well, I can score. But there's a little bit of pile out nonsense that's going to be approaching pretty rapidly. I guess you can put like plus buy on something and have some soldier big money threat for certain things. If you have all these pools. I don't know. They have quite a bit of money. I mean, they don't have any peasants, right? No, they have one peasant. They're just so far away from a second disciple. And then if they, like they can't, if they exchange for teacher, I just win. Because then they don't have actions for 2 more turns. And so hopefully they do that, but. Buy 2 groundskeeper. Seems reasonable. I'm trying to find the copper. This is probably enough to just go with. At this stage, anyway. I guess you could disciple. Well, you probably want to do it. Not sure, actually. You want to disciple, of course. Now, whether you do Disciples of a Groundskeeper or if you're doing some other stuff, I'm not sure. Let me think. Because it could be pool. I mean, it gets you, it nets you more money in the draw. Of course, the consistency for the next turn. Which isn't nothing. Do we go ahead and move the bounty hunter up into a... I guess that's a question too. Do we need to keep the bounty hunter? Well, we could get one. Could change a wishing well into one. Maybe should be... Well, we don't have the actions for that, so... That maybe doesn't happen yet. Maybe it wasn't peasant. Well, we might do it. Because what is the... Also, there's a question with the pools here of whether we... What is the... How much money will we have? 1, 2, 3. We can 4, 6. Okay. I don't know if we have like 12 anywhere. Maybe if we bounty hunter or something. I guess we can bounty hunter groundskeeper. And play all the travelers. It's a little bit scary, I guess, to keep the... I don't know at what point we have to play around pile outs, but surely it's not yet. We keep these, we'll exchange for that. We're still not, we don't have, I mean, the amount of actions we can play is not increasing yet. But we probably do it like this. I don't think they can pile out. It would be pretty bad if I allowed that to happen. 7 gains? I don't think they have 7 gains. Though they're at a point where I don't think they can lower. Without losing, basically on the spot. They can buy a colony, I guess, but that doesn't really do anything. I think I can empty from here even. Though maybe it's a little tricky. Um, Maybe not quite, but I think any further lowering of stuff would make it possible. Would be my guess. Hmm. Um, I guess it's the remake, right? I certainly need to. If I don't have a win, I have to figure out a way to score a little bit for sure, such that I can score. Well, I probably don't even need to lower anything. Just move my fugitive up into a disciple probably gives me enough gains to pile out the next turn, as long as they can't pile out and win on their turn. If I had to guess. Assuming there's not even a way for me to do it now. I mean, what do I have? I have 2 disciples. So I can play 4 terminals. I think this is going to be... I guess they're going to buy a province, but my guess is that this is too low. Buy a colony. I think I can just empty it. I don't even think it's particularly hard. I can even do both disciples on pool. I still have a peasant because I only need to do colony. I only need to do colony well because this groundskeeper wasn't in play. And I can remake fugitive and bounty hunter into groundskeeper. There are probably other paths as well, but... Oh, did I know that was on top? Oh, whoops. Well, I messed up a little bit, but it won't matter. Right. Let me just check it because I don't want to mess it up in case it doesn't work. But it should be plenty of money. And then we just do colony well after gaining the other 4. And like I said, there are some other ways to do it, but just make sure we have 2 $4 cards. Okay. Fine with me then. I need to play these just to be sure. I do unfortunately have to play one of these Actually, I have to play both. Well, actually, yeah, province was probably enough, but. Does this matter for the pile outs? It doesn't. Okay. They both delayed getting the traveler, but they also bottom decked several times. And I did one time, or at least one time, but I don't have peasant on required, do I? Why would you ban mission? That's so much fun. That's crazy. I guess we're just playing peasant games. You could try the chapel march. I guess there are a lot of things you could do here. This is pretty explosive board. I don't know that chapel march is that exciting, but I find it hard to believe that you don't. I mean, it's a little more appealing also if you have the. No, it doesn't matter. You still just. I mean, right. 4-3 makes it a little more appealing, but not hugely. I mean, then. I mean, maybe it makes sense. What do? You remove 2 cards. It's not. I don't know. It's not. I mean, peasant march makes more sense, right? Actually, yeah, I can go peasant march. I don't think these things a lot of time, but I think that's and the 3-4 that's really good because you can do chapel too. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I hate the port. I super hate the port, but you know, it is what it is. Like I hate the port more than I've ever hated anything in my life. No, I'm gonna buy a port, and it's gonna be great, but I hope they just buy another port. I would just die. You have to buy a peasant now. Like you 100% have to buy a peasant, and there's like no 2 ways around it. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, this doesn't have to be port for me. It can be chapel. Or March chapel. So I need to think a little bit here. So I can finish the trashing. I still play peasant the next turn and hopefully fugitive as well. I won't be able to buy anything super great, but I will have to think about whether we do. Well, okay, there's no way to do a trash anyway. Oh, it's not that. Then we can disciple peasant by port. This was not guaranteed, but there was a bad draw where you find or you don't find it right. But anyway, this is like pretty far ahead. I think we just keep the disciple for now. I mean, maybe not. What do we have? I mean, the disciple's really good here, but I mean, once we add nobles, it's probably still better than teacher for now, isn't it? This could be a little sad. At least potentially. Not like terrible. But if disciple and chapel are on top, it's pretty bad. I guess that's the only really bad one. The rest are okay. And that's only if it's chapel then disciple. Because if it's not, then this is totally fine. We just trash and buy a peasant. There's also pathfinding. Yeah, we don't need the we don't need that at all. The teacher. So we'll still have a copper. I mean, we need to be able to buy. We need either urchin. I mean, we need some way to make money. We need either urchin or we need to buy a more expensive card so that we can get up to. Maybe we take the urchin here. Does it execute there? I didn't know they had another soldier here. I think we go like this. Maybe they're gonna out money me here. They do have some stuff. They're not like fully out of it. Maybe they're even winning, I don't know. My deck just felt good, and so I was mistaken about how good it was. We need to try and play the fugitive, so we may end up. What do we got? Fugitive, 3 ports. Not fugitive, 3 ports, urchin is what's left. We would rather disciple the urchin if we had our druthers. It is probably play peasant, buy peasant. I guess the other thing is maybe wanting to buy they shouldn't be able to like play all this stuff. Though there was still a copper. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I just have 3 ports. Well, how many coppers did I have? We know there's fugitive urchin. What did I discard? Oh, I guess the chapel's still in there. Well, discipling the thingy doesn't matter. The discipling this could be pretty good. But what would we rather? Well, we need to try and play the. I guess it was hitting the fugitive was the issue. So I got lucky there. Because I could have drawn the chapel. I forgot that my goal was to play fugitive, is what I forgot. So, do we trash the copper and do it like that? I'm a little worried that somehow the money is bad by trashing the copper, but I don't strictly know that that's the case. I don't know. Are they gonna hit 8 here? Also, when to buy the pathfinding isn't super duper clear. I guess you just have to do it. Yeah. You just do it. I guess you put it on ports. I mean, you could put it on urchins as well. This could go pretty bad if I don't find the disciples in a particular order. I mean, this could just go pretty bad, period. Yeah, they need to pathfind. Yeah, they probably had. I don't know where it changed. I thought I was winning, but I guess their deck wasn't that bad, and I just was. I could totally believe that I made some mispurchases as well. Though it feels more like I just misunderstood the state of their deck. But I have to go back and review the tape. Yeah, I mean, you might as well just put it on the ports and draw deck next turn, and you have 2 fugitives and probably send 1 soldier up. Well, you can't really. Wait a minute. They killed their peasants. I was gonna say, you can't do that. You have to keep a peasant. I'm not worried about the undo. You have to keep a peasant. You like 100% cannot just lose all the peasants, because then your next turn you make like $30 million, but you don't. I would have sent one of the soldiers up for sure, but Um, yeah, this is not going to hit 8, is it? Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. We just have to take a nobles. And we have to keep the soldier for now. So this could go pretty bad. I think if I get to, which I would have had to find the disciple. I think if I get there, then I'm probably in okay shape, but this won't actually work. They're just going to win. Because they'll be able to buy, like, I would have thought about moving one of the soldiers up to fugitive last turn, but this turn they can do it, and it's totally fine. They'll still get to the triple disciple first. I guess I could have moved mine, but they have to play this badly to lose from here. Because they can go, you just move, well, you can either buy a peasant. They may end up buying port nobles, though I think you don't actually need to do that. I don't think you need more ports. I do think you want a nobles just to disciple them, but you can probably go like peasant nobles. That maybe is a little greedy, but I guess they don't have a lot of urchins yet either. Yeah, that makes me think they should have promoted one to fugitive for sure, because you need to get the additional gains there. I guess that's one thing I have going for me whenever I do eventually pathfind and or get more of it going. Like this, like now yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's probably fine. There's just a little risk now of the piles going low with me having like an 8-point lead or something. And then it becomes a little bit hairier for cider. Because the piles can fly and then they don't have the VP. But if I don't find nobles here or whatever off this next draw, then it doesn't matter anyway. Okay, we did. I guess that's the other question is, do we just run with the 2 soldiers or do we gain another disciple here? I don't know how much money I end up with actually. There's 6, I think it's 4-2 on the urchin split right now. This would give me 5. Make that give 7. I mean, $10 is okay. I can go peasant. Does that guarantee it's a port? I'm not actually sure of the urchin split, to be honest. I think they just have 2. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, they're none of them trash. I must have 4, but... I want to check that, because I don't... What did I discard? I discarded a port. Alright, I think it's okay. Oh, this is only $9 though. Well, that's a bummer. I thought it was more money. I'm bad at adding. I mean, obviously, even if I thought it was 5. Yeah, I should have done the... this is not right. Unfortunately. Because we really want to go up to a second soldier here, but we can't. Or can you... No, march costs too much. I was going to say, can you do a peasant march or whatever? That doesn't work. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm just not going to have the gains now. You have to keep all of this. I could have... I would have played urchin, play urchin. I mean, I would have fewer urchins in deck for the next hand, but... that didn't... That was not good. I probably will need to score a little bit on my turn. I guess they didn't get a fugitive, so it's not that... The gains aren't that scary yet. They might empty the ports. Not the ports, the urchins. Well, then that might... It may be pile out area for me. I'm not sure exactly what all they'll be able to do here. Oh, they had to disciple a port too. That's pretty bad, actually. I did not know they had that many soldiers. I just straight up did not know that. They definitely have more of a square, though I guess 2 urchins isn't great. More of a square thing for their attack stuff. And of course, soldier itself is multiplied. Yeah. I'm a very thin rectangle as far as the money produced goes, which is not ideal. I guess that was their logic for keeping everything. There wasn't more soldiers for me to get anyway. I totally was not aware of that while I was talking about my turn, so... yeah, I guess if they feel... confident in drawing, they can just go like triple province. They might take some nobles. Or an... or like a... I don't know. They may go like noble urchin or something, but... yeah. I don't imagine them dudding is in the cards, and I don't think there's a pile out for me here. But I will at least look for one. It would have probably had to be on... the urchin adds $4 to their deck. I guess they're gonna... they can... does trashing copper and chapel really help much? I can do it, but... probably doesn't really help much. I should at least think if there's pile outs. I disciple peasant and disciple peasant. Does that get me anywhere near it? I would still have the actions, I'm pretty sure. That brings those down to 5. That's still so much. It would need to, yeah, there's no way. I do think they'll have either a pile out or a province out on their turn, but I'm just staring at this a little bit to check, but I don't think there's any way that, I mean, discipling the peasants is what gives you the most gains, but I'm not gonna do a whole lot for you. I'm not even clear on whether I have the actions for it or the draw. I mean, I guess I can disciple soldier. At least give me a little more on the this wasn't super. I don't think this will really do much for me. One, yeah, they're gonna pile out. They are going to pile out the peasants. Nobles should be pretty safe to buy. I actually don't know what even a dud looks like for them. They can surely get I mean, I suppose a dud is possible. Though pretty extremely unlikely. I don't know if they have to disciple port, I don't know that they get there. So that's something. I don't know, they get to the pile out. Was a little overdrawn. Guess we just keep it all. These don't do it. We can't exchange for the. Presumably they'll have a pretty easy pile out. I mean, they had 4 stop cards because they have so many soldiers and they have they had 2 provinces and they had 4 soldiers, so there was enough cards in hand to dud, or enough stop cards, and they have a couple peasants, so there was, and a chapel, so I think there were like 9 stop cards, so a dud was possible, but not especially likely. They must have been thinking about a disciple there. Disciple Urchin isn't super promising. Maybe they still get to 32 off that. I don't know. not sure they're gonna get to the pile out having to disciple urchin. I kind of think no, or the province out. The province out is still. Maybe it's enough. It's like $4. I don't know. I don't know that that's enough. I mean, you can buy 3 provinces and then maybe I just can't score enough. That's possible. I don't know that scoring that much is really very easy for me at all. Especially because I'm going to have to start with disciple nobles. I don't think I have any other options there, unfortunately. Maybe they hit 4 provinces. I mean, even if they have like 29 and they go triple province duchy, like that's surely enough too. But maybe they have quad. Yeah, they have quad. A nice game. I just wasn't really sure on the money. So one more. A bit of a doozy. So I don't know. $2-5 would actually be pretty good here. Don't know if you go for the. This is kind of tough. I don't know if you go for the catapult. You just go for like double ambassador. Or like plan ambassador. Kind of think you go plan ambassador. I don't know though. I think 2-5 would be pretty okay. You have to figure out some way to hit 5 once, and then after that, you don't care a whole lot. I'm not totally convinced by this opening, but they've mirrored, so I also don't know if you take it again or if you just take chariot race. The next hand is gonna be, well, it's this. I mean, there's like a really good draw you can get here, and then this draw, which is not really good but is okay. If you get the 5, you probably just win, to be honest. Or even the 4, the 3. This is the worst draw. It's also the worst because the ambassador is low. So, well, when first player doesn't matter. For him, it would matter. But anyway. So there's like, I don't know. Because you can either try to angle more for the peddlers and not disrupt your returning, or you can, I don't know. This is the bad draw though. If you have a 5, it's like crazy good. And then even the, like, if you can buy fool's gold, it's pretty okay. Or pearl diver. Like this, this hand for them is pretty okay. But anyway, I'm gonna do this. There's some world where I hit 5 here, and that would be pretty bonkers. And I guess I would just go ahead and take minion if that were the case, but anyway, we're still in it. We've got an okay shot at activating one of these. Okay, well, this was the worst draw, unfortunately. Maybe not strictly the worst draw. I guess finding a state was the worst draw. And then I'm lucky here, but this could really go bad though. Okay, that wasn't so terrible. That part was. Yeah, they're winning, I think. They're gonna have 5 here, whether they spend it or whether they just return and buy another peddler. Is unclear to me. I guess if they have 5, they may ball double peddler. Which is gonna make it rough. They can also do more return. Yeah, this isn't. These are not gonna work. Unfortunately. This is either, like I said, we can do double peddler for the chariot race aspect, or we can, but not finding ambassador is again gonna make this really bad. I'm just losing the ambassador warrant. That's a problem. I guess they didn't do a whole lot here. This is awful. I can return to and buy peddler though. Oh no, that's killer. Oh well. That's so bad. I guess they're gonna ball here for peddlers. This is so bad. Probably gonna end in a tie for the match. I don't really think. Yeah, that's totally the worst. We're just getting. I mean, we can do. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna pan out. I may end up just completely washed with junk. It's funny, at some point adding the chariot races is maybe pretty bad. I think here they probably buy a oh, they don't even have enough. I guess they're just gonna buy chariot. I was gonna say maybe you want to buy a minion there. Okay, I do get a little bit of money there. Is it to return or just try to get minion? Probably it's gotta be to return. Adding more chariot races is not clearly good to me. Oh, I don't know how this is all going. Gosh, man. That's so depressing. Oh well. That's just the way it goes. I guess I didn't hit 9. So it's not. The worst. Oh, they did hit 9. Never mind. It is the worst. Yeah, I think you probably take platinum. I think I have more. I didn't know I had more that many coppers. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. Oh no, no, no. Well, this doesn't matter. This won't work. No, 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 no. 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 They might colony, but I don't think that would be correct. I don't think you can just do it. I think you have to worry a little bit about getting re-swamped. Oh, this is no good. Man. Just ambassador at the bottom too much. I guess. I mean, maybe. Who knows what the story is there? Could be a different story. I would not colony. I mean, they probably win if they colony too, but I wouldn't do it yet. There's like not a lot of incentive too at this point. I wouldn't say. I mean, They didn't even have anything good on top, and I still just drew the worst turn of all time. It's like I have like 4 peddlers in these bottom 7. I guess that part is good. They still find both of those, so that's terrible and depressing. But that's the way it goes. I would probably still take a platinum over second colony, but or minion. Minion is maybe a little more questionable, but there's some manipulation you can do with chariot races still. So unless you're completely convinced, and obviously a lot of attacking, so unless you're completely convinced you can empty the colonies from your deck state, it's not clear to me that you need to green. Or I should say rather, it's pretty clear to me that you don't want to just green. Because while it's not especially good, the attack stuff here is real. So I might ball for a catapult. I guess we need an in first before we think about doing that. At some point, catapult's not like unreasonable. Certainly not yet, though. You need to basically see a hand where they fail to draw. I guess, I mean, the issue for me is going to be, well, a lot of things, but one of the issues for me is going to be that they can just come back and buy the 5s. The other issue is, of course, that the 5s lose races. I would be pretty happy to see a colony buy from Cider here. That would give me a lot more faith in my odds. But I don't really expect them to do one. Okay, they do. In is maybe not, I mean, it's not bad to pull in here. I mean, it loses to a lot of their deck, but it also beats, you know, some, I mean, they got colonies, so who cares anyway. We can save the chariot races for later and discard first. They're not winning anyway. So if there are more chariot races down there, which I'm not sure there are, but if there are, then we want to do it like this. Okay, well, that was still the right order to play it all in, even though it didn't work out. They may get I mean, they're going to be okay. I mean, I keep saying, I mean, my problem will be that they're still going to be pretty good at buying colonies. So I will need to switch to doing some catapult stuff eventually. Or figure out how to do some catapult stuff eventually. But if we can get there, then it can work. I mean, it can do something. So I didn't play Ambassador again here. So hopefully we can do the 2 estate return this turn. Okay, that's good. I guess I can just, well, I do want to attack, don't I? I think I get to the hand no matter what. This order here doesn't matter a whole lot, but I will not touch colonies until my score is way, way closer. For now, it's got to be something like, I maybe should have kept a copper, though what I expect to do is something a little different. Again, I think colony buys here I can be okay with. If I'm cider, I'm actually thinking about balling as well. Because they can possibly threaten 3-pile stuff. I just take colony. I don't know that that's the play, but this was pretty unfortunate sequence there. But do you need the inn? I guess this turn the ambassador isn't getting played profitably. I am going to have a little bit of an issue where the maybe should have just bought, maybe should have just balled for curse plus like chariot race. Or curse plus ambassador. That would have been better than this catapult stuff, actually. Yeah, that would have made more sense. That's like costing it, because the catapult stuff doesn't work, and also it's like a 3-pile anyway. That's pretty bad. I mean, we'll get to give them one here, so it's not the end of the world or anything, but yeah, it should have been, yeah. It should have been that. The curse is empty and also runs into an issue though, so it's not totally clear to me. None of it is actually totally clear to me because I just don't know if I'll have the points. We have to somehow give them junk but not lead to a 3-pile. We have to start winning more chariot races. So it's the window here to make it all work is not large. actually. And then you put in junk into your deck, but so you can give them junk, but that also means their races get a little better. Yeah, I don't know. I do wish I hadn't got the catapult, I think. Yeah, because then you do this hand. Which just sucks. Okay. Arena needs a toss. I also run a real risk of making my deck like unplayably bad here. Rocks, if rocks, there was just like an endless. I wonder, maybe this should have been, maybe one of the coppers should have been a silver. For this turn specifically. It's all very awkward. I didn't really score chariot race that turn. I have to eventually score chariot races to like get anywhere. Because I can't just start buying colonies. That still leaves me like more than 8 points behind because they're gonna buy stuff in the meantime. It's a really weird deck. I wonder if they're just gonna ball for chariot races. That at least makes it all a bit scary as far as the pile out becomes a lot closer. I mean, me giving them curses then becomes a little bit of a thing, a little bit of a problem. I don't know. Buy an inn. I don't know. Inn doesn't do as much for them. I would have, if I'm gonna buy 5 there as cider, I'm buying a minion. What do I have on top? They didn't play a thing, so we don't know. Alright. So we're gonna minion this hand out. We might as well. Let's leave that. This doesn't matter because we're just gonna, I think, throw these. I guess we could have tried to draw the copper or something first. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's the curse that we would want to draw. And everything else is not especially exciting. Alright, the curse is in the discard. Anyway, this is okay. We have to figure out... I don't know if we can... This might win one. Nope. Nope. It's a no from me. I am getting a little bad luck with their top decks compared to the amount of junk that's in their deck at this point. I would say, but they obviously have a lot of expensive cards too. It's not. In like 5 turns, they can just empty the ambassadors and the chariot races if they just start buying them. Just a question of whether I make up the points in the meantime. I would still buy a minion as cider. I would have bought minions a long time ago. The thing about this deck is there are a few different things about this deck, I would say, but I mean, there's not the only. I might as well discard at least a couple of peddlers because there's no. I'm not buying a colony yet. I may never buy a colony, to be honest. That's not really in my win condition. We should see if the catapult is up here. We could win again, guaranteed, or we can just try to win. It's like a little awkward. We would... I don't know. I guess we'd rather minion before we catapult it anyway. I'm not sure we have like the hand size for it. This may be a little awkward and yeah, and it hurt our chariot races a bit. This is just in for me. Yeah, they unfortunately have a colony on top again, but what can you do? Nothing. Oh, but they don't have... Oh, now they're gonna do it this way. Yeah, that's not unreasonable. What? That's so annoying. I only have 2 cards in the. I think they're literally. There's only 2 cards in the deck that lose to that. I don't really have the number of chariot races to make this quite work. I probably should have gone harder on the curses. I don't know. Anything felt like I was. I guess that's it for my chariot races. Anything felt like it was. Oh no, I have one more. I do have 4. Okay, so I can score 4 points. I gotta start buying provinces now, I guess. Anything felt like I could. What am I trying to say here? I mean, do we still just do the ball thing again? Like, do we have the luxury of that number of turns? Or let's say, I mean, if we don't have the luxury of that number of turns, how do we even win any time anyway? Before they've ambassadored the rest of the colonies to us. Or bought them. We just give up on the catapult attack, or at least on the. I don't know. They played a lot of peddlers there. I don't know if they got them anywhere, but they played a lot of them. If there was like even just a tiny bit more gaining, what Cider is doing would get beat up. I don't know if they have colony in hand or not. Okay. That doesn't change much. Are they gonna buy a province or are they gonna ball? I guess you can ball for ambassadors before the shuffle. Or you can just buy a minion. Or you can just buy province. I mean, if you hit 8 consistently, that also will win. I don't know if they'll hit 8 consistently, but. Yeah, unfortunately, this does feel like playing for a almost inevitable loss, accepting that it feels winnable for reasons that aren't completely clear. I guess we need to save the chariot races. Maybe try to find an inn. Playing the peddlers is a little sad, but we can see if there's something good to put on top. Man. And it's things like this. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the deck composition looks like at this point, but it does feel like I'm maybe getting a little bit of the short end of the stick in some sense. But that's okay. You just gotta make do with what you got. Like, we didn't gain any ground that turn. Like, literally not. We gained no ground. We could have not. I guess we can. Let's try. Well, no, I've seen their discard now. I should have probably just bought province. I don't know that actually helps me much either, though. That really sucks, actually. I could. No, that's not. Nothing is that helpful. Now maybe they'll ball for ambassadors. They just buy an ambassador. I guess that's okay too. I don't know if it's better or worse than the other thing, but okay, they have a pretty cruddy thing on top now. Not really cruddy enough, but I mean, we could just get the actions here and go. Gonna buy colony. I don't think, unless we had a treasure, I don't think that. Maybe should have been a ball again. I'm not sure. I don't think this matters hugely. I don't know what the last card is. Well, that's nice anyway. What's the last card now? Like a minion? That was pretty good. I just don't think their deck is ever going to be totally bad enough for my thing to work. Like, they could totally just be able to afford colony at some point then. Or like have like here, if they have amb colony, then it's just game over. I lose by 20 points, right? So they can also gift provinces is probably pretty okay for them too. What did I have on top? A chariot race? That's not great. That's not great. That was pretty fortunate. I guess in all likelihood, that sucks. In all likelihood, I don't know, should we wait and try and control this chariot race some, or should we? What are the misses in deck now? Just ambassador. We can probably guarantee a hit. Well, that was not the way to do it, probably. How do we... That was it for... Now we just gotta swing and see if we find the colony. Oh, well, their thing has changed now. I forgot about that. I mean, this isn't gonna... This could be kind of bad. It's not particularly good. I'm actually pretty mad about how the chariot race stuff has swung. I actually don't know if it was unlucky for me or not, but I'm mad about it all the same. We're definitely coming up on the point where I just throw the like this feels like terrible luck. I don't know that it was actually terrible luck, but we're coming up on the point where we throw away the what am I trying to say? I mean, I guess we might as well swing. We're not going to know until we do it. That's pretty good. We are sort of approaching this point where them gifting me colonies doesn't work for them. For whatever that's worth. There's still another inn in here so we can play on. Alright, well, we didn't find the stuff. We can give them a curse. We could give them a catapult. The catapult is probably pretty bad at this point for them and for me. I guess it's good the curse being in hand. I mean, at some point, colony for me will make sense. Just it'll all be in range, but they're just gonna draw 2 platinums peddler like the turn right before I'm gonna be able to win it, and I'll just die. Ooh, the double curse. Pretty nice. I may not be able to deal with that really easily. Particularly now that I don't have the catapult. There may be some issues. Well, hopefully we find a minion here pretty soon. That's not great. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Okay. So we can try to. I think Am for one of the curses would be fine. I don't even know how much. Do I have? I still have some peddlers. We should try to get. Okay. Don't know how this is gonna work out. Not particularly well is the answer to that question. It's actually pretty much a non-turn. I'm not sure on the province by there. Seems a little risky. Unfortunate. We're kind of close enough here where gifting green to me is a little scary. At least we're getting to that point. Hopefully we find some. Well, there's like a dream draw here, but Whether it'll work, I don't know. See, now my deck has fallen apart a little bit, and maybe I needed to just play the patient game longer. Though I really do feel like they could have balled out if I did that too slowly. I mean, I feel like they could have balled out anyway and just basically chose not to. But, okay. Pretty good. Find a curse. No, okay. Well, should we try to draw a curse or what? They have a pretty bad card on top right now, so there's some incentive to trying to play the cherry race. Though they also have, like, do I just take colony's not safe? Yeah, I'm gonna have to just do another delaying turn, aren't I? And if I don't play the Ambon stuff, it's really not doing that much for me. I mean, I can buy a colony. It's just a little scary. Maybe I can't even buy a colony. Or a province. That makes this really rough, because I don't know that I'm going to score the chariot races that fast. I need to clean up the curses. This is annoying. See if we find one of the curses. Yeah, I mean, and I think we just take this now. I mean, what else? What else is there to do? Not a lot. I still have another cherry race, so do we try to play it? It's a pretty bad hand. This wasn't terrible. We have the... Oh, no. So, like, we could... Oh, we don't even have 10. We just minion, right? We just buy minion. Just buy minion. This makes me so mad. This is the most angry I could possibly be about a chariot race reveal. That's not true. I can think of some worse ones, but this is the platinum beats my province is just it kills me. It absolutely kills me. They're just gonna buy province. Okay. So now it's just a game of do they draw? Oh my god, this is insane. I'm gonna have to look at the deck. Maybe I'm wrong about how much junk they have in the deck. Maybe maybe they've ammed enough of it out, but this is just losing. I mean, if they have Amb and Cantrip in hand, well, that's not completely losing, but if they have Amb and Province, it's completely losing. That I had to minion without getting to, like, do the double check is really frustrating, but I guess not that weird. So yeah, there's just nothing on the chariot races now. Basically just, do we get to return a curse with Ambassador is all we have now. which is not nothing. And then probably buy minion again. Maybe buy ambassador. I don't know. Oh, I'm so mad about that. I don't think it matters a whole lot, but well, we might as well keep the minions to try and line up and make sure this shuffle isn't too gross. Right. Do we keep the curse or do we return it? Guess we gotta keep it. Whoops. We're not gonna win this. It's gonna be that. Are you kidding me? That's unreal. That's actually unreal. But whatever. We're just waiting for them to find Amb with this is actually not painful at all to me. We're just waiting for them to find Amb with province now. I don't think I can make it across 2 turns. They're getting to the point where the ball thing works. I mean, the curses are still pretty far away. That's not even that weird. This is an awful draw, though. The triple peddler here is really bad. I mean, that's not really very good to top deck. No, this is impossible. They don't have that many colonies the size of their deck. This is unreal. This is another completely do nothing hand. I don't even know whether I mean, I guess I can try and play the curse, right? Unless the curse is bottom deck, this gets to it. And there may even be a cantrip in here, I don't know. I don't know what the last card is. That would have been better to keep in the thing, but that's like unreal, and it makes me so. I could ball for pearl divers. I don't know if that's good. They probably just have Am province. Are you kidding me? I didn't make the shuffle. This just was dealt to me. Alright, they had it anyway. I don't know. I think they did that all wrong. But not obviously they still beat me and it didn't get that close. So I'm probably wrong about them playing it all wrong. But I don't know. Anyway, it was a fun game. It was a really interesting game. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you all later. Actually, I've been playing another match later today. So for Allies release. Anyway, take it easy. See ya.